Hi, this is part 2 of the translation for chapter 1 of Pobre Ana. Ana tiene problemas con Patty. Patty toma la camisa de Ana. Patty no tiene el permiso de Ana. Patty lleva la camisa a la escuela. Después de las clases, Ana va a su dormitorio. Mira su ropa. La camisa no está. Ana grita, ¿Dónde está mi camisa? Anna has problems with Patty. Patty takes the shirt of Anna, or Anna's shirt. Patty does not have the permission of Anna. Patty wears the shirt to school. After classes, Anna goes to her room. She looks at her clothing. The shirt is not. Anna yells, "Where is my shirt?" All right, so here we have a couple examples of what Spanish does or how it works when you are trying to talk about ownership. La camisa de Ana, the shirt of Anna. In Spanish, we would never say Anna apostrophe S camisa, so Anna's camisa. Here again, we have el permiso de Ana. The word permiso had to be split onto a seperate line because it's just the way it works in writing with Spanish and English. But el permiso de Ana is the permission of Anna. You would never see Anna apostrophe S permiso, Anna's permiso. Okay? That just doesn't exist in the Spanish language. The apostrophe S shows English speakers that there is an ownership, but Spanish speakers would have no idea what that is unless they took an English class. Okay, let's see. La camisa no está. Sometimes we don't even need to say aquí after the word está. The shirt is not here. We just say no está, the shirt isn't. And the here is kind of implied. So in class, if someone were absent, let's say some imaginary student named Bob, and Bob wasn't there. If I said, ¿Dónde está Bob? You could say to me, Profesora, Bob no está. He just isn't. He's not here. All right, so Anna yells, ¿Where is my shirt? Patty no contesta, se ríe. Tiene la camisa de Ana, pero no le dice nada. Patty se ríe de los problemas de Ana. Pobre Ana. Patty does not answer. So contesta doesn't mean contest, like you're going to win a prize. It's actually a cognate of an English word to contest something, usually used when we're speaking about the judicial system, when you give a response to something that you've been charged with. But it works here just like responde or dice. So she laughs, Patty, she laughs. She has the shirt of Anna. She has Anna's shirt, but does not say anything, which is literally not to her says nothing. Double negatives in Spanish are allowed, and a double negative does not equal a positive in the Spanish language. It continues to be a negative. So if you're like, I don't want anything, you say, no quiero nada, which is literally, I don't want nothing. And that doesn't become a positive in English, sorry. Patty laughs at the problems of Anna. Laughing at, we actually use the word of after laughter, so laughs, I guess laughs about, because they can mean of or about or from. So laughs about the problems of Anna, Anna's problems. Poor Anna. Ana tiene dos amigas buenas. Una de las amigas se llama Elsa. Anna has two good friends, or two friends good, and they're female friends. And the word good also has to be written in a feminine spelling, and plural, of course. One of the friends is called Elsa. Let it go, let it go. Just kidding. This book was written before that movie. Tiene 16 años. So we're talking about Elsa. All right. We don't need to write ella here. It's kind of implied. You can figure it out. She has 16 years. Tiene el pelo rubio. Asiste a West Torrance High School también. No estudia español, estudia francés. So she has blonde hair. She attends West Torrance High School also, or two. She does not study Spanish. She studies French. Okay. Rubio is a word that often is tricky for students just learning Spanish because I think it reminds English speakers of the word ruby, which is a red stone. And so we think that it means red haired, but it does not. It means blonde. And you're right, the word ruby actually in Spanish is rubí, and it's spelled R-U-B-I with an accent over the I instead of a dot. But when you say rubio, you just have to remember that it means blonde. If you're asking yourself, well, what is a redhead then? You would say, tiene el pelo rojo. Sorry, that's my dog. She's trying to kill creatures on the other side of the glass door. Um, you would say tiene el pelo rojo, or you could say, instead of she has red hair, you could say she is red haired, and you would say es pelirrojo, and the L would go away, and the word pelo would turn to pelirrojo. Anyway, I digress. Here we go. Next paragraph. Elsa no tiene problemas con su familia. Tiene mucha ropa. Su familia siempre le da dinero a Elsa. Ella tiene un carro nuevo. Es un Ford Mustang. El padre de Elsa le da el carro. Elsa no necesita pagar nada por el carro. Va a la escuela en su carro nuevo. So Elsa does not have problems with her family. She has a lot of clothing. Clothing, by the way, is not a plural word, and I see that a lot from students. So don't put an S on the end. It's don't think clothes, think clothing, and that might help you. Her family always to her gives money to Elsa. Spanish is kind of redundant, like repetitive. We do things like that. When someone is doing something for or to another person, we like to use the le in front of the verb. And then we end the sentence with a and the person's name. She has a new car. It is a Ford Mustang. So makes and models of things that are in English just stay in English in the Spanish language. Most of these makes and models are really popular, so the whole world knows about them. There's no translation. El padre de Elsa. So Elsa's father gives to her the car. Elsa does not need to pay anything for the car. So here's an example of double negatives, right? She does not need to pay nothing. And that remains a negative in Spanish. In exchange for the car. She goes to school in her new car. Ana no tiene carro. Va a la escuela en un autobús amarillo de la escuela. Está triste porque no tiene un carro nuevo. Está triste porque va a la escuela en un autobús amarillo. Anna does not have car. Again, so we don't always use the word like un carro, when we're talking about having items. Usually we would use the word here if after the noun, the thing we're talking about having, there's some sort of a description. So if it was like Anna doesn't have a new car, we would say Ana no tiene un carro nuevo. But if there's not a description afterwards, we usually don't use that. So like if you want to say I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend, you really technically should say no tengo novio or no tengo novia, and you don't have to say no tengo un novio, no tengo una novia. She goes to the school or school. Spanish likes to use the a lot with the nouns, where in English we like it just isn't needed. So she goes to school in a yellow bus from the school. So a yellow school bus. She is sad. She's feeling sad. Está instead of es. She's just feeling sad because she doesn't have a new car. So here's the perfect example. No tiene un carro nuevo. That's why un is there, because now we're describing it. She is sad because she goes to school on a yellow bus. Pobre Ana. La otra amiga es Sarah or Sara. Tiene 15 años y tiene ojos castaños y pelo largo. Sara estudia mucho. Es una estudiante muy buena. Saca notas buenas en la escuela. También asiste a West Torrance High. The other friend is Sarah. She has 15 years and has dark eyes or brown eyes and long hair. So castaño, that word is used to describe eye color and hair color. It means dark, or it could be translated as like chestnut, like a light brown color. Sarah studies a lot. She is a student very good. So a very good student. She gets good grades. The word nota is for letter grades like A, B, C, D, F. If you're talking about a grade of school like 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, like I said before in the first video, you would say year, año. Sometimes Spanish speakers will, when they're talking about 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, they'll use the word grado, which is like a cognate of grade, but notas always means your letter grades. So Sarah gets good grades in school. She also attends or goes to West Torrance High. Sara no tiene problemas con su familia. La familia de Sara tiene mucho dinero. Le da mucho dinero a Sara. Sara va mucho a un centro comercial en Beverly Hills. El centro comercial se llama Beverly Center. Sarah doesn't have problems with her family. The family of Sarah, Sarah's family, has a lot of money. Le da, the family gives to her a lot of money to Sarah. They give her a lot of money. Sarah goes a lot to a mall, a commercial center in Beverly Hills. The mall is called Beverly Center. Spanish speakers, especially your age, will call malls, they'll use the English word. They'll say like, yo voy al mall, I'm going to the mall. But the technical word in Spanish is centro comercial. And comercial only has one M. A lot of students will write it with two M's because it's such a cognate. Okay, so Beverly Center. Sarah compra mucha ropa nueva. Siempre compra ropa en Nordstrom. Compra zapatos Nike. Cuando Sarah necesita más dinero, le pide a su padre y su padre le da más dinero. Compra mucha ropa. Ana está triste porque no tiene suficiente dinero para comprar más ropa. Nunca compra ropa. Sarah buys a lot of new clothing. Of doesn't it doesn't exist in Spanish for a sentence like this, so we just say it in English to make it sound right. But Sarah buys a lot clothing new is really what this is. Always she buys clothing in Nordstrom. She buys Nike shoes. When Sarah needs more money, she asks of him of her father. So she asks her dad, and her dad gives more money to her. She buys a lot of clothing. Anna is sad because she doesn't have enough or sufficient money for buying more clothing. Okay, so we'll keep it as comprar when it comes after the word para. Your verbs will always stay with the R if it's coming after the word para. So she doesn't have enough money for doing this action, for buying more clothing. Never buys clothing. She never buys clothing. Ana tiene ropa, pero no tiene mucha ropa. Compra su ropa en Walmart. No compra zapatos Nike. No compra ropa Calvin Klein. Sarah y Elsa compran ropa Calvin Klein y compran zapatos Nike. Ana está triste. Anna has clothing, but she doesn't have a lot of clothing. She buys her clothing in Walmart. She doesn't buy Nike sneakers. She doesn't buy Calvin Klein clothing. Sarah and Elsa buy Calvin Klein clothing and they buy Nike shoes and Nike sneakers. Anna is sad. Notice the N on the end of compra because it in this sentence is talking about Sarah and Elsa. So the N on verbs is saying they. La familia de Ana no tiene comida buena. Las amigas de Ana siempre comen carne. En la familia de Ana no comen mucha carne porque quieren economizar. Anna's family doesn't have good food. Anna's friends always eat meat. Anna's family, in Anna's family, they don't eat meat because they want to